Good evening and welcome to the Township Committee meeting of April 8th, 2025. Ms. Brake, please call the roll.
Committeeman Britting.
Here.
Committeewoman Hand.
Here.
Committeeman Lapani.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Payne.
Here.
Mayor Ciccarelli.
Here.
Administrator Ferrera.
Here.
Attorney Willard.
Here.
Okay, please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was made by the posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 on April 8th, 2025. Executive session, if deemed necessary, will begin at 6:30. We did not have one today. No approval of meeting minutes. So as we get into the committee reports, I have a couple of general announcements to make. Want to acknowledge the Hillsborough Robo Raiders, Team 75 from Hillsborough High School, won first place at the Montgomery District FRC competition on March 29th, alongside Team 5895, the Petty Robotics, and Team 2458, Team Chaos, as an alliance. So as that alliance, their strong performance placed them in a tie for fifth place in the district. Team 75 also earned the Autonomous Award, which recognizes a team whose robot demonstrates exceptional autonomous performance, like a robot, operating with precision and reliability without human control. And they had then advanced to the FRC Mid-Atlantic District Championship at Lehigh University. Now they are heading to the Worlds competition to be held in Houston, Texas. So a monumental achievement for the Robo Raiders. They continue to impress. This is marking the first time that Team 75 has reached the World since 2017. So pretty incredible achievement by that whole organization. On March 29th, Committeewoman Hand and Veterans Liaison and Deputy Mayor Payne joined me at the 2025 Vietnam War Veterans Tribute ceremony to honor Hillsborough's Veterans of War in Vietnam, and confirmed that the Hillsborough Township's support for all veterans, let every veteran there know that their service was honorable, and to thank them for all their service and focus that day specifically on the Vietnam War vets. So thank you all for your service. I have a couple of road updates. I know Committeeman Lapani has an update on the 2025 road paving program later in his comments, but I have a couple of other key projects to report on. First, the Route 206 widening project. Phase 2 has seen some recent progress. In my Ask the Mayor video, since then we've had a stream of communication with the NJDOT. I know residents want this project done, and as I noted when I was asked this question by the senior chapter last week, NJDOT has a project website. And on that website, the DOT forecasts completion of this phase 2, to be late 2026. So let's set our expectations that we'll be dealing with this ongoing construction and traffic control issues for the next 2 summers. If residents or business owners identify specific safety conditions, please contact the engineering department, which compiles a list of and communicates with the state DOT. We currently have a face-to-face meeting with the DOT planned for May. The DOT is also in the planning phases of a maintenance roadway resurfacing contract, which will repave what I call the old section of 206 from Oxford Place to Hamilton Road. They're now preparing those construction documents, and that work is planned to happen also in 2026, probably in conjunction with the other work going on. Along with this stretch of 206, the township, are developing the design documents to replace the pedestrian bridge by Hillsborough Point. Right now, this bridge replacement is looking to be completed in the fall of this year, so I anticipate that this path will not be available through the summer. The other project, I think maybe on the committeeman's list, is Auten Road, from Triangle Road to the railroad tracks. That the sidewalk work and ADA work is done. That work will be milled and paved during the week of spring break. So when students come back from school, it should be a new, brand new surface. So that's good. And tonight, we are recognizing the award-winning teachers from Hillsborough School District. These teachers, as well as educators and school staff, have made Hillsborough one of the strongest districts in the state. Ranked 15th in New Jersey, 199 in the country by niche, and contribute significantly to making Hillsborough one of the greatest places to live in America. The Board of Ed is currently challenged with developing its 2025 budget under a last-minute funding mechanism from the state. The state has put our Board of Ed and Hillsborough in an almost impossible position. We hope that the Board of Ed can come up with a responsible budget that saves jobs and continues the quality of education and extracurricular activities that have made Hillsborough schools such an asset to the township. So with that, I will transition to reports from committee liaisons, starting with Committeeman Britting.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a great night. Just want to address two items that you mentioned, just very high level. Thank you for bringing up the vote from the Board of Ed from last night into now. I think awareness is very, very important, so thank you for doing so. I think it's important that everybody's informed as to what's going on. As it relates to, you mentioned 206, I think I appreciate, Mayor, I just want to thank you and the administration team for being in constant contact with the state and being stewards of what good looks like and trying to push that forward. Because we were delayed for a while. We got it back on track last year, and the season is starting now for paving and all that type of construction work. So thank you for staying on top of it, because that's where our ratables are going to come from on 206. It's really, really important. So thanks for keeping that forward, moving that forward. All right, so specific to health, we're going to the Health Department now. The Hillsborough Township Annual Tonnage Report. The Hillsborough Health Department would like to remind all Hillsborough business owners that the deadline to submit their annual recycling tonnage report has been extended to April 11, 2025. New Jersey law requires that all businesses report the types of recyclable materials ranging from cardboard to cooking oil to concrete. A lot of different things you can recycle. And the tonnage of each to the Health Department each year. Please contact Michael Carr in the Health Department with any questions or for assistance. Human resources. We have a great human resources group here. We are hiring, and we have someone tonight that we're going to be bringing on, and a couple of promotions and things we'll talk about tonight, so very excited to talk about that later on. But Hillsborough is hiring for various positions, including police officers, a police records clerk, an office assistant, building department, and building department inspectors. See tomorrow's e-news for a list of all opportunities, and if you're not signed up already, please sign up for those e-news. They're fantastic. Ms. Brake and team do a very, very good job of communicating with the community. Recreation. So register for 2025 Summer Sports Clinics and Music Academy. Registration is open for our 2025 Summer Sports Clinics and Music Academy. We've got you covered this summer with various options to keep all the children busy, explore and thrive. One of which is a transition and resource fair for success. Join us for an exciting free event to help students with special needs and their families discover essential resources for all ages. Whether you're exploring education, employment, respite care, recreation, legal advice, or independent living options, this fair supports your journey. So it's just another amazing offering that Hillsborough Township does to support its residents all the way around. All right, summer camp registration, so keep the children active. I will be with mine, I promise you that. This summer by sending them to the Recreation Department's summer camp. They are digitally savvy in the Recreation Department, so go online and sign up. Registration is open, so secure your spot today. See tomorrow's e-news for registration information for all Recreation Department programs. Social services. Now, social services is another terrific, terrific group within the township that helps people in need in many different capacities. Social Services Barbecue Donation. The Community Assistance Network, or better known as CAN in Hillsborough. The Food Pantry Program is seeking donations of assorted condiment items to support the Social Services barbecue distribution. We encourage residents to donate condiments such as ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and other essentials. For more information or any questions, please contact the Social Services Department. There's a few more from Social Services here. Social Services announces Older American Month mocktail services. So Social Services is happy to announce a new May event series to celebrate Older Americans Month. We hope to celebrate those in our community with a new program. This engaging series will start with an event on May 5th with Cinco de Mayo mocktails and games, and on May 12th, we will present Monday Mocktail and Movie in May. which is pretty cool. I like how it's a tongue twister to read. Registration begins May 1st. Please call or stop by social services to speak to a representative to register. Another item from social services, the Hillsborough Rockettes. Not sure if you had a chance to see them. They're fantastic. They're funny. They have great jokes, and they're fantastic at dancing. So the Rockettes and the Rocket Dance Troupe Dazzle at Raymore and Flanagan. So in a performance that delighted staff and shoppers, the Hillsborough Township Senior Dance Troupe, the Rockettes, and Rocket, the one gentleman, took center stage at the Raymore and Flanagan Furniture and Mattress Store in Bridgewater Town Center on March 18th. The troupe wowed the audience with their signature numbers, New York, New York, and YMCA. Part of the diverse offerings of the Hillsborough Township Social Services Department, the troupe is led by talented Gloria Paget, who choreographs routines for seniors ranging from 71 years old to 93 years old. That's pretty cool. For more information about this vibrant group, please contact the Hillsborough Township Social Services Department. So great job, social services. It's a big deal. So now we're getting into the springtime. We have young drivers getting out there, and just in general, this is I think a really good public service announcement. So April is Alcohol Awareness Month, right? This is a really important one to talk about. Alcohol is the most commonly used addictive substance in the United States, with 1 in every 12 adults, 14 million people, suffering from alcohol abuse or dependence. An estimated 100,000 people die each year from excessive use of alcohol, such as drinking and driving, crashes, falls, fires, and alcohol-related homicides and suicides, and many other accidents. More than half of adults have a family history of alcoholism or problem drinking, and more than 12% of children live in a household where at least one parent is dependent or has abused alcohol. Young people aged 12 to 20 years old drink 11% of all alcohol consumed in the United States. It's a pretty crazy stat. With 90% of this as binge drinking. People who begin drinking before the age of 15 are 5 times more likely to develop alcohol dependence than those who start drinking at 21. All right, so here's a message from Hillsborough Municipal Alliance related to this. The Hillsborough Municipal Alliance envisions having our local community understand that alcohol use and abuse is a chronic condition that can be successfully prevented and treated. The Municipal Alliance is a committee of volunteers who work tirelessly to provide programs focusing on education and prevention for all community members. Now, I've had a chance to work with the Municipal Alliance for the past few years, and they are absolutely wonderful, and I think this is really important. I mean, adults, we have to figure ourselves out and make good choices. We know what's right and what's wrong, but children, they really need the guidance here, and I think this Prevention Month may be a good opportunity to talk to somebody younger just to get their heads on straight. So, all right, so thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mayor. Whoever's next.
Thank you, Committeeman Britting. Next is Committeewoman Hand.
Thank you, Mayor. All right. So I would like to wish everyone, first of all, a very good and happy Passover and a very happy Easter, as we've got a lot of holidays coming up. Additionally, we had, and I know the mayor will talk more about it, but we had the Hillsborough Business Association meeting, a week or two ago. And the reason I bring it up is at the meeting, we had the FBLA, which was the Future Business Leaders of America, come from the high school. And it was just an incredible moment to have these high school kids presenting to a group of business people within our community. And you're going to love this for those young folks in the audience. They did a real-time demonstration of how to use AI and ChatGPT for the business owners in town. And you could see folks, business owners that may not be as familiar with, those types of advancements, really enjoying this live demonstration. And it was so well done. And it was just a reminder as we see different celebrations of, our basketball teams and the different sports, that these are student athletes. They are students first, they're athletes second, and it was just awesome to see that part of the students shine through. And this next generation is going to be, I just can't even imagine what their workforce is going to be like. Additionally, I had the pleasure of meeting with one of our local Boy Scouts who interviewed me as a part of trying to get his Eagle Scout, and it was just awesome to be asked questions by a young fellow around why I got into government and what we'd like to see change in the government. So he was very surprised to learn more about municipal government. So it was exciting, given that it is local government week. Additionally, Autumn, in addition to alcohol awareness. It is also autism awareness. So autism being a pervasive developmental disorder that manifests itself in social, learning, and behavioral skills of those affected. Interesting, 1 in 36 children in the United States are impacted, 1 in 35 here in New Jersey. So that's the diagnosis rate. Autism is said to affect boys 4 times more than girls, and it knows no racial, ethnic, social, income, lifestyle, or education boundaries. So it is unfortunately affects folks all across the spectrum. Those autism needs, they need equal access to education, to employment opportunities and community-based housing, family services, coaching support, and medical treatment. New Jersey offers this population a wide range of services and supports through various autism organizations. Additionally, this is also STI Awareness Week, so that is sexually transmitted infections. So just to raise awareness, our very own Paul Scaltro is going to be hosting a podcast with Zufall. Zufall is a federally funded healthcare center in Somerville, that is open to anyone. And he'll be doing a podcast with them just to, again, raise awareness on the dangers here. They'll talk also about treatment and testing for STIs and the low cost or free cancer screenings that are also available. They have services on a sliding scale, and the podcast will be available in our weekly newsletter. And just one other call out, so our very own department or Board of Health here in town, just so everyone is aware, just lost funding. We lost about $200,000 of funding. This was COVID funding from the federal level that had been provided to the town and was being used for 4 part-time heads to help investigate disease investigation in the town, whether that's the flu or whether it's COVID or thank goodness I don't believe we have measles in the community, but these people are doing very important work. They are no longer doing that work. So just wanting to let the township know, I think they were going to be open to volunteers or folks who may be interested in helping out. So feel free to contact our health department. Siobhan Spano is our director there. All right. Back to you, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Committeewoman. Committeeman Lapani, next.
Hello, everybody. I got a little bit here, so I may have to take a sip break in between. So, first of all, if your pool, and I'll do a little side joke, or pond, if you got one, holds more than 24 inches of water, the answer is yes, you need a permit. Pools have a specific installation requirement. These requirements are intended to protect potential drowning and near drowning by restricting pool access. Seasonal pools may be temporary, but they pose a life safety issue if the barriers requirements are not properly met. So we have temporary pools that have the same type of permit required. So if you go out and buy a little pool at the pool store and you want to pop it up like you see here, you still need a permit, and it needs to be for your own benefit. Make sure that there's no possibility of tragic drowning by a young one. It's well worth the permit. So we don't want to have to be in that. We're here to protect you, but we don't want to create a situation where you're unknowing of what the restriction is. So please stop by the building department if you have any questions. But pretty much if you have any kind of swimming pool, you need a permit, you need to have it inspected. Because we did have some issues last year with people that didn't know, so we want to try and stave that off now. The economic business development, when I was mayor years ago, we had signed up and became a film-ready town, and we continue that drive here. The Economic and Business Development Office recently attended a Film-Ready New Jersey workshop to ensure that Hillsborough stays current on all the filming opportunity requirements. By being film-ready, this township is taking proactive steps to welcome the economic benefits the growing film industry can bring, aligning with the state's goals to foster local economic growth through these programs. And we just had, I think Deputy Mayor Payne talked about the 2-minute videos that we had a few here by all our aspiring artists, so we want to continue to program that. Just to jump a little bit about what Committeewoman Hand said about the EDBC and the presentation from the FBLA. They are a great bunch of kids, and everyone learned about ChatGPT and how to use it, from the most microscopic ability just to even create pictures or web content, up to, we had a Jeff Wilkie, who was the ex-CEO of Amazon, if you've ever heard of them, gave a high level of what the industry is about. But those kids did win, and now heading to nationals in Anaheim, California. So that's how good these kids are. So if you're a business and you want some help, contact the FBLA. They're eager to help for free. And the mayor did talk about the engineering and our road paving program. So the 2025 road paving program has been finalized. They are out to bid as we speak. I think we'll have those back in the next week or so. The following roads are scheduled to be repaved this year: Beverly Drive, Kilmer Drive, Fernway, and Gale Court; Briarway, Scott Drive, Barber Drive, Arlene Court, Matthew Road, Daniel Drive, Walnut Grove Road, Falcon Crest Lane, and Falcon Road, the remaining portion from the repairs that were done by the builder to Township Line Road; Dukes Parkway West, which was being funded partially by a grant; and Bloomingdale Drive at the one portion from Lawton Road to the clubhouse. So we've been very proactive in doing infrastructure repair. Started 5 years ago when I was mayor, and we realized that we need to get this done, both with repaving and road preservation. Also, just as a note, any unfinished work that from 2024's list, due to the weather, will begin as soon as the weather warms. It is not waiting for rebid. So all those roads that were on the list, and you know who they are because they keep asking us, they are next. The Lawton Road, as the mayor said, will be done in the next week or so. It's planned during Easter break over here. Also, Township Line Road is being done in partnering with Montgomery Township, so that is on the project list too. You don't see it here, but it is funded and will be done, so Township Line Road will be done. And the last one, Brown Road, if you don't know where that is, that's the road that's out by the traffic light just at the northern end of town before you get to Dukes, by the hotel. That road is near completion, which will allow all the tractor-trailer trucks and buses that come out of the depot that kind of make that suicide turn. I'll be allowed to go out to that light and make a much safer egress onto the highway and present that. So all of that is being done this year. Now I'm going to take a sip. Whew. All right, on to next, planning and zoning.
It was worse when you were gone.
Accessing meeting documents from all of our boards and commissions. Did you know that the Planning and Zoning Department provides a professional direction and support to the Planning Board, Board of Adjustment, Environmental Commission, Historic Preservation Commission, and Sign Review Committee? To access documents for upcoming applications, the public can visit the Civic Clerk portal by clicking the Scheduled Meetings and Documents button on the Planning and Zoning page on the Township website. Please note that as an additional information becomes available, it is uploaded and updated on the site. Call the Planning and Zoning offices with any questions. Of course, spring comes eternal, more work. Our Public Works Department is hard at work, working on many storm drains around the town to prepare for all these upcoming spring paving projects. Please be aware of the safety zones and drive cautiously in these areas. Also, take advantage of the annual cleanup drop-off program, especially if you're a senior. The program is made available to residents so they can get rid of unwanted household items free of charge. Additionally, you can drop off unwanted brush that tends to accumulate on your property. We strongly encourage that you take this route rather than dumping items on Green Acres land behind your property or around the town that typically borders development areas. Important drainage ways can end up becoming obstructed, potentially causing flooding. See the details of the program on the Township website. And finally, the New Jersey American Water Customer Service Program. The New Jersey American Water has several programs to assist customers in paying their water bills. HTO Help to offer programs. Customers at or below 300% of the federal poverty level may qualify for a grant up to $500 to help pay their water bill. Additionally, customers at or below 200% of the federal poverty level may receive additional discounts on the fixed service and volumetric charges of water and wastewater. Payment arrangements. If a customer cannot pay their bill on the due date, they may contact our customer service at 1-800-272-1325. I'll say that again, 1-800-272-1325 before the due date to determine a payment plan option that may be available. Budget billing. Budget billing is a service available for resident customers to help manage cash flow. It provides predictable monthly payments while avoiding seasonal spikes that may be difficult to pay when not planned in advance. And lastly, preferred due dates. Preferred due dates enables eligible customers to adjust their bill's due date to the best date for them. So if you have, for example, payments, if you're on fixed income and your checks come in at the end of the month or first of the month, and that's when you want your bills, they will work with you to give you the billing at that cycle. For more information of these programs, they can be found at New Jersey American Water website. And that's all from me, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman. One question about the road work. That list does not include the road preservation, right? So there'll be more, we'll be talking about more in the future?
Yes, road preservation will be made available later.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Mayor Payne.
Much shorter, I promise. The United States Drug Enforcement Administration has declared Saturday, April 26th, National Take-Back Day to dispose of unneeded medications anonymously and at no cost. In addition to our standard red collection mailbox here at the PD, there will be a medication drop-off container also at the PD. The program will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Drop-off is confidential and anonymous. Please do not drop off sharps or liquids. This is an important reminder that wearing seatbelts significantly reduces the risk of serious injury or death in a car crash, making them a crucial safety measure for all vehicle occupants. Seatbelts help prevent occupants from being thrown around the vehicle or ejected in a crash, dramatically reducing the risk of serious injury or death. For drivers and front seat passengers, using a lap and shoulder belt reduces the risk of fatal injury by 60% in an SUV, van, or pickup, and by 45% in a car. The state of New Jersey has also developed new regulations for combustible landscape materials. The code states that using combustible landscape materials such as wood-based mulch, that all of us use, is prohibited within 18 inches of any building or structure, including a deck, porch, balcony, or any other portion of the building constructed or designated smoking area. This provision goes into effect coming soon, April 15th. These materials may be removed or replaced with non-combustible materials such as stone or sand. This code does not apply to any owner-occupied one or two family dwellings, and the Hillsborough Fire District works with all landscapers and resellers of mulch in the township. That doesn't make sense, but I think the fire department is working with resellers to make sure that they're abiding by that. Would that be fair, Tim?
The Division of Fire Safety in New Jersey, it goes into effect April 15th, and any mulch that is in a combustible framework of a building has to be removed out 18 inches.
Okay.
Commercial properties
Simple, you know,
Commercial properties only.
commercial.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I have some final announcements. This is New Jersey Local Government Week. This week marks New Jersey Local Government Week, which aims to educate the general public about local government and its many departments. Hillsborough Township is holding several events to commemorate this week. Just before this meeting, we held a meet and greet and for the public and students, and in a little while, we'll be presenting a proclamation announcing Local Government Week. We've also been sharing trivia quizzes about your local government online. We will share in tomorrow's e-news and Thursday's Experience Hillsborough as well. And finally, if you haven't already picked up your complimentary magnet, there are some at the back of the room on the table to the right of the door, or stop by any counter in the municipal building while supplies last. The magnets list all of Hillsborough Township's departments and their phone numbers. So feel free to grab one, please. On Saturday, I participated in the first Walk in the Park event at Ann Van Middlesworth Park, sponsored by the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. I discussed my experience with type 1 diabetes and was joined by Deputy Mayor Payne, members of the Health Collaborative, and residents and members of staff for about a mile-long hike through the park trail, which for my first time, honestly. The Walk in the Park is a free community event highlighting unique themes and occurs each Saturday from 9:30 to 10:30 at AVM Park. Please come out and join the Mayor's Wellness Campaign and, conversation and meet people from the township. It's a nice little walk. Also on Saturday, Deputy Mayor Payne and I was waiting to see which pictures they picked.
Oh, God.
Deputy Mayor Payne, Committeeman
Blackmail.
Lipani, and I participated in a holy event, a festival of colors arranged by the Asian Indian Heritage Association. Holy celebrates the arrival of spring, the victory of good over evil, the renewal of friendships, and the joy of life. Everyone is welcome to participate in this, and we thank the Hindu community for inviting us to share in your culture and this event. And so happy Holi to everybody for that. It was an interesting time. And fortunately, I was warned and I wore the right clothing. And it did come out.
It did come out. I watched it right away,
Yeah.
too.
So that was fun. The Mayor's Wellness and Healthy Town designation. Hillsborough Township is again designated as a healthy town by the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. Each year, communities participating in the Mayor's Wellness Campaign complete a comprehensive healthy town application outlining their research to identify their community health needs and explaining how they've organized their local Mayor's Wellness Campaign committee. The application also highlights the town's actions to make their communities healthier places to live, work, and play. Here's our little plaque. Hillsborough Township is honored to be again recognized by the Quality Institute as a 2024 Healthy Town with the gold level designation. Mayor's Wellness Committee's mission is to improve the health and wellness of our community, and we continue to engage our residents in a healthy manner through innovative and creative programs and outreach. So we must get points for the walks in the park, so please come and participate, and we'll hang that on the wall somewhere. Pink Ribbon Week tribute. On Tuesday, April 1st, I was joined by township staff, including the Parks and Rec Department and administration, for a Pink Ribbon tribute promoted by Dance for the Cure. Dance for the Cure is a 100% volunteer 501c3 not-for-profit organization committed to the prevention and cure of breast cancer through the celebration of dance. So that picture is in front of the Garden of Honor, but I think the ribbons you'll see them out on Beekman on Beekman Lane. So you'll see the ribbons placed out there. It's a nice event on a cold and windy morning. All monies raised by Dance for the Cure are distributed directly to families in Somerset, Hunter, and Middlesex counties who found themselves in difficult and unforeseen circumstances because of breast cancer. And to date, Dance for the Cure has gifted over $1 million to help hundreds of families through this through their dealings with breast cancer. Memorial Day festivities, save the date, Saturday, May 24th. Each year, the Hillsborough community comes together to honor the service and sacrifice of Hillsborough veterans and active duty personnel during the annual Salute to Military Service Breakfast, Memorial Day Parade, and Garden of Honor commemoration program. We're proud to continue that tradition this year. All township veterans and active military are invited to participate in the Salute to Military Service Breakfast, followed by a parade and Garden of Honor ceremony. We also welcome participation from community groups, businesses, and local organizations in the annual Memorial Day Parade. Look for more information in tomorrow's e-news. And lastly, the Green Living and Wellness Fair. The annual Green Living and Wellness Fair will be held on Saturday, June 7th, in conjunction with the Hillsborough YMCA's 5K Hop. The fair, a rain or shine event, begins at 8 a.m. here in the municipal building and will end at 11 a.m. Participating local businesses will share informative presentations to raise awareness of the many facets of living a healthy lifestyle, including making sound nutritional choices, long-term life planning decisions, and the benefits of a green lifestyle. There will also be health screenings and interactive dance and exercise demonstrations. So again, see more in tomorrow's e-news. So you can stay connected, as always, with all events via the Wednesday Mayor's e-news and Thursday's Experience Hillsborough Bulletin. Be sure to follow and like the official Hillsborough Township Facebook page, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. Tune into the Hillsborough YouTube channel and sign up for Hillsborough Alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. So now we have a few proclamations to get to. I'll come down to the floor.
The blue logo is still on. Blue logo is still. Robert. Shoot.
The first is Teacher and Educational Professionals of the Year. If anybody's here for this proclamation, please come on up. Okay. So, come on up. Stand center frame, stand center frame. Okay, Teachers and Educational Professionals of the Year from Hillsborough District. Every year, the Hillsborough Township Board of Education recognizes one teacher and one educational service professional from each of the district's schools as Educator of the Year. These individuals represent the best of the best in our schools. The Township Committee looks forward to recognizing these outstanding individuals each year with a proclamation. Tonight, we have with us a few of the educators who were recognized. They range from elementary schools, school teachers, to art and STEM teachers, to a college and career counselor, as well as instructional assistants. So we're proud to honor and congratulate the following educators. Please state your name, the school, and your position. This isn't a cop-out. All right. And I will hand you the proclamation, so we'll start.
Carlin Dunn. I am a STEM teacher at Hillsborough High School.
I'm Shannon McCrae. I teach special ed at Woodfern.
I'm Tracy Passalacqua. I'm an instructional aide at Woodfern Elementary School. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Faith Krasnansky, instructional assistant at Amsterdam Elementary School.
I'm Catherine Nicolai. I'm art teacher at Amsterdam Elementary School.
I'm Amy Thompson. I'm the college and career counselor at Hillsborough High School.
Yvonne Yaskowski, instructional assistant, Hillsborough Elementary School.
Teresa Mintz. I teach second grade at Hillsborough Elementary School.
Let's hear it again for all of the teachers. So you are what makes the Hillsborough, or again, like I said earlier, contribute to what makes Hillsborough a great place to live, one of the strongest educational school systems in the state, if not the country. My daughter benefited from everything you did, which means I did. So, thank you for all you do and keep up the great work. Thank you. Does anybody want to say anything? No? You sure? Tired of talking to people? Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Picture time, don't move.
Oh, wait, let's take a picture. Let's get. Next, the top 10 responders from the fire departments. I think it should all just come up. Yeah, come on. If you're here from the fire department, come on up. Unless you're not one of them.
I told them to sit up front, not so far to walk.
Don't ever give Tim the mic.
I know, right? You were there. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. Top 10 responders. The Hillsborough Township Committee, along with the Board of Fire Commissioners, would like to recognize the top 10 responders from each fire company for 2024. The top responders serve as examples of the highest standards of the Hillsborough Township Fire Companies through their heroism and willingness to help others. The top 10 responders of Fire Company 1, 2, and 3 and the Shannock include, it's your turn. Say your name and which fire company.
Greg Kane of Hillsborough number 1.
Santiago Rosa, station number 1.
Bill Reardon, station number 1.
Stephen Strauss, station number 2.
Sean LePan, oh, no, God. Tim Coyle, station number 3. 32 years of service. Thank you.
Kenneth Wetzel, Hillsborough Volunteer Fire Company number 3, Station 3. I'm serving since 49 years this year.
Rick Arts, Fire Company number 3, Woods Road.
I noticed how it 1, 2, 3. So very good. Done it before. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize the top 10 responders of each fire company for their outstanding service to the residents of Hillsborough and extend our appreciation for their continued heroism and commitment to our community. So thank you for everything you do. One for each? Yes, one for each. Fire company? Fire company. I don't know, let's take the 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. All right. Okay.
Tim got it.
Yeah, blame Tim. His is heavier.
He's got it.
There are also individual proclamations for everyone in the envelopes behind you.
All right, I'll hang on.
Okay, everyone get together? Thank you.
Thank you.
And just a thank you to all the firefighters that couldn't be here tonight. There were 10 for each of the 3 firehouses, so this was a sampling of the firefighters that we want to honor. These are the people that night and day, 2 o'clock in the morning, when the rest of us are tucked in a cozy bed, they get up and answer the call. So thank you to everyone who is here and those that weren't able to attend.
One thing, a lot of our top 10 responders were in class tonight. They continue their education. It doesn't stop just because we attain top 10 and things like that. They continually go to classes all the time. And that's the benefit of firefighters. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Okay, local government week. Is there anybody here with local government? Besides you. Deb is. Oh, yeah, Harriet is.
You're in the building.
Christian, get in there.
Yeah.
Christian, get in there.
Come on down. All right.
You guys watch this behind the scenes every night.
First time, first time, huh?
Like, I don't know where to stand. Thank you, Christian.
Local government is the
Harriet and
government
Christian leading
closest
by
to
two.
most citizens and the one that most directly impacts the residents daily. It is essential that residents understand how their local government operates, the services it provides, and the importance of active involvement. New Jersey Local Government Week, sponsored by the New Jersey State League of Municipalities, is a week-long celebration to raise awareness about the importance of municipal government. Hillsborough has over 200 employees who are directly responsible for keeping our town growing in a fiscally responsible direction, providing excellent public safety resources, offering recreation opportunities for residents of all ages, maintaining town infrastructure, and practicing responsible sustainability efforts. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, hereby join the New Jersey State League of Municipalities in proclaiming April 6th to the 12th, 2025, as New Jersey Local Government Week. So, thanks to all of you. Yeah. These are some of our township employees. Should we, all right. We're going to make them introduce themselves while we're here.
I'm Deb Eng. I work in the clerk's office.
Anthony Ferrer, Township Committee Administrator.
Harriet Fenstergood, HR Director.
Christian Bouchel, I'm the new CFO here in Hillsborough Township.
Sarah Brigg, Township Clerk and Public Information Officer.
Hi, Samantha Hand, Township Committee Member.
Bob Redding, Township Committee.
All right, thank you. I guess
Nobody cares. Deputy Mayor Catherine Bain.
Tim Coyle, fireman.
You knew that was coming.
and you are?
I said.
Oh, you did. I missed it. I'm sorry. We have one more order of business here
What's in your cup?
regarding the Grand Marshal of the Memorial Day Parade, which I discussed earlier. Do I say it before his name? Yeah. Army veteran, Commander, Hillsborough Memorial VFW Post number 8371, and Hillsborough Township resident Mike Schroffnagel will lead Hillsborough's 2025 Memorial Day commemoration ceremony on May 24th as the parade's Grand Marshal. So. That's all right. Yeah, it's just the sash is weighing you down. This long-standing tradition in Hillsborough is our way of recognizing and thanking our veterans and military service personnel. We are honored to have Army veteran Mike Schroffnagel lead our ceremonies this year as the Grand Marshal. Mike has partnered with the township on many occasions that honor our veterans. It feels like he should have received this recognition a long time ago. However, we're thrilled to make it happen in 2025. I thought it was lucky that you fell to me, yeah. We're honored to invite Mike Schroffnagel, to lead the Hillsborough Township Memorial Day Parade and thank him for his service to the United States of America and Hillsborough's veterans. So congratulations.
I want to thank the mayor and the entire committee for that honor. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mike. Let me get a picture.
Another one.
course she does.
Got to have the commander in.
All right.
We recognize the boss.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
We'll take a break, and we'll take a couple minute break, and we'll begin the rest of the business meeting shortly.
Yeah.
Just play it safe.
Yeah.
190. Yep. All right, we're back on the agenda with the consent agenda. To keep this, the meeting moving smoothly, we're going to hear all comments from the dais and from the floor on the consent agenda items. After that, if any committee member would like to take an item from the consent agenda separately for voting purposes, we'll give you the opportunity to do it then. So we won't take them separately for the purposes of commenting or questioning. So we'll proceed with that. So on consent agenda items 1 through 10, do we have any comments from the dais? And I'll take executive privilege and ask Administrator Ferrara to comment on some of the new
Thank you.
personnel.
I'd like to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. So,
Yeah, we got you.
thank you, Mayor. There were a couple new hires on here, so congratulations to all those folks, new hires. But I'm sure the police liaisons will go into it in more depth. But just congratulations to all the officers who have been promoted. So well deserved. Want to focus on item number 3, since Christian is here in the audience with us, soon to be our new CFO. So I want to welcome Christian aboard. It's rare that we have an opportunity to hire someone with both experience in municipal government and also in corporate, so we're very fortunate for that. Past 9 years, Christian has been the senior finance officer, comptroller, and deputy CFO in 3 towns over those 9 years. Again, we're very fortunate. There's, as I've spoken up here many times, there's almost a dozen CFO job openings right now in the state, and typically the best you can hope for is trying to find someone in class that's halfway through their CFO license. And the nice thing is that Christian already has a CFO license. He's got that in 2019. He's got his QPA, and he's already sat through the first class in his tax collector. And I can tell you, going through a few CFOs and working with other administrators, it's pretty tough to pass that test. Most don't pass on their first time. Christian has passed it on his first time as well. So I'm very excited to have him on board. Our current acting CFO, Joe Monzo, who's been doing that for about 45 years, has also helped in recruiting as well, having Christian come here and interview. So we're very fortunate that he's chosen Hillsborough. He's going to be a great fit. He's met the team already. So I'm excited. So welcome aboard. Thank you.
Mayor, can I make a comment as well, too?
Yes, please.
All right. Christian, I'm really excited for you to be here. It's like Mr. Ferrer said, it's hard to get someone who has real life, boots on the ground experience in other towns for the amount of years that you have, and you had your CFO license now for what, 6 years? So I just want to thank you very much for coming to Hillsborough Township. We run this town like a business. We need business-minded people to help us run it. It's a new world that we're living in, and I think that your mindset is really going to gel very well with the direction that we're moving into town. And I just want to thank you very much for joining Hillsborough. I'm very excited to work with you and fully support you being here. So thank you for being here very much. That's the first thing I would say with relation to Christian. I'll just go through the others as well, too. I want to congratulate the police officers. Chief, you're in the back of the room. I won't go through all their names. We can see it on the consent agenda, but you have a really good team of people, and you do a fantastic job of promoting the right people with the right leadership mindset to make sure that they make good choices, because our police officers make good choices out there. And we're very, very lucky to have you, the way you train them. What are we, top 4% accredited in the state of New Jersey? That 90, we're better. It's just fantastic. So thank you for doing what you're doing there. I think that's wonderful. This is a very good night for bringing good people on in the township. And I also just wanted to thank those who have not joined the recreation. That's one of the other items as well, too. The recreation department for summer jobs and those jobs as well, too. We like those young people getting involved and understanding the town and working and earning a hard living in the summertime. So I just want to thank those as well, too. So I think you're doing a very good job of bringing on really good people with leadership skills, everybody. So just want to make that comment before we go through the consent agenda items.
I also just want to say, as a police liaison, I'm super excited to be a part of the process with Sean this time, Committeeman Lapani, and just super excited for these guys. They, interviewing, what did we have, 12 total? roughly. It was so hard to rank 12 people, which is just huge kudos to you and them. They're just really good people, and it's just nice to see them get to flourish in their roles. Most of the men that we had interviewed were all cross-trained. So the really nice thing about this PD is that you don't have someone just like sitting in one place for a very long time. And I think it's important for the public to kind of see that aspect of it, that these guys all have been throughout all of the departments at all of their levels, and even the newer guys who are just moving up to corporal had some really great, cross-pollinated experience within the department, and it just makes the department so much stronger. When you're very siloed, it's very difficult to understand, maybe why a ruling came down or why a law changed or why a policy got approved. And it's just really great to see all of that awareness and fulfillment, and they're just terrific. I can't say enough about them. And Christian, welcome. We're very happy to have you.
Any other comments from the dais?
Just briefly, Christian, welcome. I obviously had the pleasure of interviewing you, and your ability stood out right from the beginning. So thank you for your consideration to come to Hillsborough. We're a better place for you here. But also, just from the police department standpoint, I don't know if you've noticed, obviously the people here get to see every day, but the chief has built a very diverse police department. It is a representation of Hillsborough. And I give him credit for that. It's not easy, but there is the people are all talented, but they're also Hillsborough. They're us. So I give the chief credit for doing that, and I think that just is a great testament to what you started here and what you said you were going to do when you became chief. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. I'm the only one here on the dais that was here when you became chief, but thank you for that. I'm done, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Mayor, I had questions on the consent agenda.
Sure.
Great. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so now's the time.
Oh, great. All right. So, first of all, welcome to all that have joined. We big happy family. Thrilled about that. Couple questions. One is on number 8. We'll go backwards. Number 8, as we are, I know, bidding out some of the architectural for the police department and looking at the storage facility, what is the plan for the things in the storage facility? Just because I think that'll be a related cost. So all the things that are currently there, where are they going or being stored as we look at that architecture?
Yeah, so it's a great question. On a quarterly basis for my employees who always listen to the meetings, I'm a very neat, organized person, so we can do a much better job of purging and making sure that things that are only necessary being in there, because that area needs a lot of improvement. So in the next few weeks, we've already started working on that area, so I feel pretty confident that the things that actually need to be in there, that must be in there, there'll be enough room for that. As we archive more things and we send things more to storage, we'll have that area, and it'll give us plenty of time for that area, because that area was really supposed to be an expansion, not, as I call it, a junk drawer. So we'll be working towards that end to make that area much more efficient going forward. So I feel that there's enough room in there if the right things are in there, and right now they're not. So we're working on that.
All right, so what I'm hearing is that besides the cost for the architectural, and then that'll help us understand what the build out is going to be. I'm thrilled, by the way, from an inclusion standpoint, that we're building a women's locker room. It just shows the expansion and the diversity of the police force, so that's fantastic. That
Just
being
for
said,
clarity, we have a women's locker room already.
but I'm just saying that the fact that they're expanding and doing the bigger locker room, it'll be fabulous.
Yeah.
So, but there's no additional cost, like we don't have to build another storage facility. There's not a pod, there's not other things that we have to do. You're gonna just get rid of the junk that's there and make sure we have the right space?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
To answer your question, we've been on a every year we put money into downloading documents to drives, and that reduces the paper clutter. We've been doing that, so that's part of the program that we do now.
That's great. All right. My next question was on number 5. So, and I want to make sure that I didn't miss something. So on number 5, seasonal public worker, the question was, it referred to the 2025 Clean Community Grant. I did not see that we've accepted a 2025 Clean Community Grant. We accepted one in July of 24 for $126,000. So my question is this, I know this is a seasonal employee, but moving forward, we definitely want the CFO line on all resolutions so we know if something's being funded, where's it being funded from. So this one didn't have it. Just want to confirm, is it coming out of the 2024 Clean Community Grant, or do we anticipate the 2025, and is this contingent upon us getting that grant? Because there's a lot of grants that have disappeared over the past couple weeks.
Yeah, I know that grant's not going away.
Yep.
I'd have to look into that because there's some of the grants go from June to June as well. So I'll have to look at that and get back to you on that for sure.
All right. And then, so my other question was just around from a township perspective, so that our town knows, the credentials, obviously, that Christian brings to the position. Help us understand from a process, because in full transparency, not everyone on the township committee had the pleasure of interviewing or meeting, our CFO prior to tonight. So I got to shake hands with him, which was great, but not being able to interview, yes, we got to see the resumes, only your resume. So can you help us understand how many people applied to the position, how many people were interviewed, just so we, as a town, can feel really good as we are, going into a long-term relationship for the next couple of years together, and want to feel really good about it.
Sure. So we had, I don't want to go through names because it's
I'm not
personnel,
asking for
and
names, I'm asking for,
yes,
let's go
I'll give you the
numbers.
answer. Thank you.
Numbers, yeah.
So, and I want to thank our HR director, Harry Fenstergood, being here as well. I forgot to mention that before. So we had 4 other candidates for the position. The process has been, in my 20 years here, that typically the department heads will interview the candidates in the first round. The second round will be the administrator, NHR, and the department head. If it's a manager, we typically bring in 2 township committee people, which we have done. In the time actually that you've been here in the past year, we've had 5 promotions to managers. And we've also had 1 new manager, so we've had 6 people become managers in the year that you've been here as well, and the process has been the same. So we have followed the process, and again, I've been interviewing people for over 25 years, and Harry probably the same amount of time, and we do have a personnel committee, and as you know, we can't bring in all 5 committee people. That would be a meeting. So the trust here for all of us here on the dais, whether it's any of us, and we do have a personnel committee. If they can't make it and you were asked to come a part of that, I would assume that, not assume, I would know that the rest of the committee as well would validate your opinion as well on the dais here, and that's what we've done here for 20 years. We brought in extremely successful people. The last CFO, same way, was brought in and voted on, and she was very successful as well, actually without a CFO license and with less credentials, and she did a fine job here, and such a fine job that she actually got another job closer to home. So we feel the process for the past 20 years has been very successful here in Hillsborough. It's worked well, and I stand by the process and what we've been doing here for the past 20 years.
Right. So the answer really was, 5 candidates applied, all 5 were interviewed, I'm assuming.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, so I'm sorry, 5 applied, how many were interviewed?
Right, so by our HR director, they interviewed, phone interviewed, and did not meet the appropriate requirements. And again, those people have not been notified yet, because it's part of the process will be tomorrow, so I don't want to really go into much further because.
I hope they're not watching this meeting, but sure.
Yeah, so they didn't meet the requirements or where we need to be for a second interview.
Okay, so I'm sorry. How many people were interviewed?
Yeah, so phone interviews, what do we say, Harriet? 4.
So to be honest, usually you don't talk about public hiring in a public statement because there is confidentiality we're kind of treading on here, Committee Woman, and I know you're inexperienced in this field, so I'm going to try and step you off.
Excuse me, point of order,
but,
Mayor.
Listen,
Mayor,
no,
point
I'm
of
not the
order. Mayor, I'm not
kidding.
speaking to you because you're not the mayor. Mayor, point of order. That was absolutely uncalled for in a personal
Well,
attack.
you can call point of order you want, but you're still doing it wrong.
Point of order.
So you can yell all
Mayor.
you want. You can point of
Mayor,
order.
can you please get control of the meeting?
I'd ask the committee woman and the committeeman to behave appropriately. up
So
here
I'm
on the
trying to
dais.
educate her, but she doesn't want to be educated. So I will phrase it differently. The process is done the way it is to protect the community and the township from lawsuits about Oprah and confidentiality rules. We've been hiring the police department the same way for the last 20 years. You know, the time that I've been here. You don't normally talk about hiring process and/or candidates in a public forum for that reason. So we are trying to talk about it to answer your questions, but there are certain things we cannot talk about on a public forum. So the fact that how many candidates we did, how we interviewed them, whatever, that should be done with questions direct to Harriet, our HR, and or administrator, in the confidence of the office, not in a public forum. Okay, so if you want to keep going to this, I would actually tell our administrator to stop answering these questions because we are teetering on areas that should not be talked about in a public forum.
So again, Mayor, in this air of transparency, as the township at large pays the salary for employees, we are hiring somebody for $140,000, and I have a question about the $25,000. That being said, the number, we're not talking names, the number of people that applied to a position and interviewed is absolutely relevant and should be shared. That being said, my next question is around the $25,000. This was just a clarification. On here, it has the $25,000 for Alexandria. The question, Mayor, is around a portion of that $25,000 was already paid to Alicia Noon. I do not believe anything was paid to Phoenix for Joe Munzo for that. I think he only got paid for the regular CFO position. What is the delta of that $25,000, and should that be clarified in here because I did not see it in the paperwork?
I can answer that, Mayor.
Thank you.
So, the first thing is that $25,000 will be prorated, right? So, the prior CFO was from when she had it till she was done, and then it stopped for Hillsborough because we didn't have a CFO, and an acting CFO, as you know, cannot collect that money. So, Phoenix Advisors is handling Alexandria. I've been speaking to the administrator there, and she has full confidence in Hillsborough and what we're doing here. When Christian takes over here, he'll assume that responsibility, and that responsibility will then no longer be that of Phoenix Advisors. I've spoken to all groups. They feel very comfortable about the transition, so the money will still be prorated. So there's no loss of money, no gain of money. The transition has been very smooth.
The question was just around the fact that nowhere in here did I see a comment that it would be prorated. Obviously, the salary is prorated. That's easy. But
And obviously, the 25,000 stipend's prorated. Why would you assume the
Right.
salary is prorated, but the 25,000 annual stipend is not prorated?
because it
And we
did
talked
not
about
say.
it last year on the dais.
you guys done?
Christian, just so you understand,
You're not
your
gonna
annual
lump
salary is
sum.
going to be $140,000. There's also a $25,000 annual salary that applies to your service, share service with Alexandria. That's all prorated. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was, I do not appreciate the sarcasm. I am asking questions on behalf of this town, and I do not appreciate that.
I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm trying to get to the facts.
Stipends,
You
it
were
was my
concerned about.
understanding, excuse me, it was my understanding that stipends were paid differently in lump sums.
Never.
I wanted to make sure that that's
Never.
fine if they're paid
We've
in
talked
pieces.
about that on the dais. They've
we
never been
have,
paid.
We have paid stipends in full.
No, we haven't.
Absolutely we have. For Mr. Wagner and other people, we've absolutely paid stipends in full. I was asking about this one to make sure that it was prorated.
Let me, if I
My-
could, with the stipends, just so there's no confusion. So the stipends, depending on the stipend, depending on the job, they get paid either through the paycheck throughout the year, they get paid quarterly, and the stipends that get paid in full, it's at the end of the year, because the last thing we want to do is use, like Mr. Willard as an example, that he's here in January, we give him the whole stipend, and then he leaves, and I can't get the money back. That would be foolish. So we pay.
Hence me
So,
asking.
yeah, so that's okay. So we don't pay full-time stipends until the end of the year, and the other ones we pay as they go by, as they go through the year.
Excellent. That was my last question. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Any other items?
I'd like a motion to take number 2.
We still have to do comments.
We're going to do the floor.
Motion.
We know what you want.
Yep.
All right. Any comments from the floor on consent agenda items 1 through 10? If not, final comments?
Now,
Chief,
can I-
we're swearing in tomorrow, correct? So we'll see you then to swear in the promotions, not the new officers, but to swear everybody into for their promotions. So looking forward to that. And welcome, Christian. We're going to welcome you. I know you met the office today. You met the staff. So we're looking forward to having you come on board and pick up where Joe is leaving off. Joe also recommended you as well. So we had several pieces coming in for the ultimate decision that we finally made to bring you on board. So we're really glad to have you and looking forward to working with you this year. Now, anybody want to take anything separately
Can
from
we
the consent
please?
agenda?
Motion to take Amendment 2 separately, or ordinance 2.
Consent agenda item number 2.
Consent agenda item 2, separate.
Okay.
Please, for the love of God.
Can I have a motion and a
So
second?
moved.
Hold on.
Sorry,
These
sir.
are quick. Motion and a second.
Seconded.
We're all in a rush tonight.
All right.
Finish what he's saying first.
Yeah, that's good. That's to take item 2 separately. So now, do we need a roll call for that or?
We need a roll call for taking it separately? We have a motion and a second. No.
No.
You're going to move on. Then you're
All's in
gonna-
favor?
Well, for everything that I do too.
Then you're going to move on to the rest.
Anybody objecting? Hearing no objections, we'll move on. All right, may I have a motion and a second to approve consent agenda items 1 through 10 minus number 2?
So moved.
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting.
Yes, and Christian, welcome. We're so happy to have you. You have all the right qualifications. You have private sector, public sector experience. It's very rare to have that in this industry. Thank you for being here. Very much looking forward to working with you.
Committeewoman Hand.
Yes.
Committeeman Lapani.
Yes, and thank you to our police staff and to Christian, and happy Easter.
Deputy Mayor Payne.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Mayor Ciccarelli.
Yes, and congratulations to, anybody that's joining us again. We welcome everybody. Congratulations on the promotions. So, good. Now, may I have a motion and a second to approve consent agenda item number 2?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting.
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand.
Yes.
Committeeman Lapani.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Payne.
Abstain.
Mayor Ciccarelli.
Yes,
So hard.
we got it. We finally got it done. All right. That ends the consent agenda items. We have a public hearing on 2025-06, ordinance amending Chapter 89, Personnel Policies, Section 89-9, Holidays of the Code of the Township of Hillsborough, Somerset County, New Jersey. This ordinance was introduced on March 11th, 2025. It should be noted that the version being adopted tonight, due to an inconsistency in formatting, has been altered from the version introduced. Items A 15 through 17 have had the numbering removed and are now in paragraph format. The content is exactly the same. May I have a motion and a second to open the public hearing for ordinance 2025-02?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Committeeman Lapani?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Payne?
Yes.
Mayor Chicarelli?
Yes. Any comments from the dais? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, may I have a motion and a second to close and adopt ordinance 2025-06?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Committeeman Lapani?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Payne?
Yes.
Mayor Chicarelli?
Yes. There's no new ordinances to introduce, and the claim list. May I have a motion and a second to approve claims list 2025-07?
So moved.
Second.
Comments from the dais?
I actually do have a question for the first time on this one. And there was an item for Phoenix Advisors for 2 months' worth. And I just want to clarify, since Mr. Munzo and Phoenix started on March 24th, so that would be April into May 24th. I know Mr. Bushnell is starting on the 19th of May. I didn't know if there would be an overlap there, and just wanted to make sure, because I thought it was interesting that we were paying ahead into May for Phoenix when services haven't been rendered. Maybe that's normal, but I did want to ask about it.
Yeah, we're hoping there's a little overlap. The last CFO that we brought in, we had over 2 months. So again, I'd have to look, but that overlap, I'm hoping till at least June 1st for that overlap. So there's 2 weeks because we'll be adopting the budget at that time. So I want Christian and both Joe to work together on that. I think it would make the most sense. So I can look into that. I just don't have it today.
It was just a matter of the fact that he just started not even a month ago, and we were billing out for 2 months. So just
Right.
maybe that's normal process, but just wanting to confirm.
Yeah, because Christian won't be starting until
The 19th.
second week of May. And thank you for relocating as well. That shows dedication. He's relocating as well. So thank
It's a
you for that.
beautiful area. Good schools.
No kids. All right. Do we have a motion?
Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, can I have a motion? Wait,
No, we already got
we have a
motions.
vote, right? Just a roll call.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeewoman Hand?
Yes.
Committeeman Lapani?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Payne?
Yes.
Mayor Chicarelli?
Yes. All right. Public comments for matters not on the agenda. Ms. Brake, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee welcomes input from the public. Please state your name and address and spell your name for the record. You will be given 1 3-minute allotment for your comments. Please understand that this public forum is not structured as a question and answer session. Comments are to be addressed to the mayor. Again, please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Thank you.
We set up the mic.
Thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you. My name's Leonardo Wolf. I live in Hillsborough. Do you need the address?
Yes.
804 Tenai Court. So I had sent a letter and an email to some of the committee and to the mayor and to Police Chief McMahon. My concern and the concern of the people that are my neighbors on Tenai Court, we have a concern about the traffic that we've been noticing lately within the past year or so. The traffic has increased from Amwell onto Beekman, entering Woodfield Estates. I live on Tenike. Cars are coming through and they're entering our development, but when you approach Tenai Court, there's a blind spot. And on that blind spot, it's a corner, and there's a blind spot. And we've noticed that if you're trying to exit Tenai Court, turn left onto Beekman, you have a blind spot you can't see. You have to really edge out. So it's kind of like playing safety roulette. You don't know if a car's coming. And the problem is people from Amwell are speeding. And I think you're familiar with the letter I sent, Mayor?
Yes.
Yes. So I'll read part of it just so you can get more of a context. One particular area of concern is the blind spot created when exiting left from Tenai Court onto Beekman Lane. The curve is the curve in the road obscures visibility, making it difficult for drivers and pedestrians to see oncoming traffic. Additionally, cars and small trucks often park on that corner, creating even a more hazardous situation where it feels like a game of safety roulette, like I said. It's alarming to think that it's a pretty serious situation. My neighbors are concerned about it. I'm concerned about it. We have young children, new drivers. So when I talked to, I think it was Sergeant Giraldi, he called me and we had a discussion and we talked about some of the issues. And one of the things I had mentioned was maybe we can put speed bumps. Maybe we can have more police presence. Maybe we can have signage. So one of the things, or one of three things I can think of is signage, no parking here at a corner, because we have, it's not neighbors parking there, it's delivery trucks, it's the lawn service guys. They're causing these issues, and I know it's illegal parking, but in our neighborhood, we don't want to cause drama and call and say, hey, there's something going on the corner where you live. And so
I have a quick question, because I'm looking at my map on my phone. I just want to make sure
Right.
I'm visualizing this, because I know the area. Are you talking from Tenai Court making a left onto Beekman, or from Beekman to make onto Amwell? So you're saying within your little development?
From
Okay, I just want to make
Tenai-
sure I'm visualizing it
Yes,
properly.
thank
So in
you.
front of those three houses, that would be, or that one corner house, I'm looking at
I think it's 156.
like Apple Maps.
Yeah, I think
So,
the
okay, so
address,
that's what
yeah.
you're talking there. I just want to visualize, so I'm tracking
Yeah,
with you.
exactly, exactly.
Okay, yep.
And when I called, part of the discussion was there's going to be a study done by the town, and the study is going to include a trailer with a radar tracker.
Okay.
That has been set up. However, and we totally appreciate it because it makes us feel like, oh yeah, they recognize a problem. They're going to do something. So the problem that I see and that some of my neighbors see is that it's facing the wrong way. It's actually facing the drivers that are coming out of our development towards the light. People tend to slow down when they approach a light. The issue we see is the people entering from Amwell onto
So people are
Beacon.
turning in and cruising past your place?
They're cruising.
Got
They
it.
really are cruising.
Got it.
So if the radar trailer was faced the opposite way, I think you'd get better data. Another thing, too. So I tested that, and it didn't register. And then I'm thinking, well, it's been
you didn't
foggy.
speed, right?
It's computer.
I did not speed. So I understand. Oh, it does. So a car coming the opposite way
Yeah, I
into
believe
the
that was in
development.
in an email as well,
That
response.
Yeah, Sergeant Giraldi sent that back to you.
Let her continue, because the clock's.
Yeah, the clock's ticking. So the other thing is, too,
Thanks.
I believe it's actually powered by solar. So the past couple days have been pretty foggy and cloudy. It's not working. It's not picking up anything. So what we'd like to do is have maybe a study that's a little bit more robust, and maybe have somebody come out, check that, just the geography of it, just to make sure that what I'm saying actually is an issue. Speed bumps, that was something that most of our neighbors had thought would be wonderful if we can have speed bumps just on Beekman Lane, strategically positioned so people do slow down. And I understand that speed bumps, if there's a petition, do residents create a
I'll tell
petition?
you, speed bumps are one of the worst things to put in development for three reasons. Number one, they don't always work. Number two, every truck that goes over it, you're going to hear it. Number three, you can't plow the road properly. Every plow will hit it. So they're
I
really
appreciate
disturbing.
that. I appreciate that.
But I
And-
was going to say one thing is that I live in a development that had a similar problem to yours, and it's all your own neighborhood that is speeding. You know, that's your street is basically coming in. I live in another one that we had the same problem. Neighbors are all up, and I'm like, it's all our neighbors. So if we see some cars that are speeding, maybe we just talk to our neighbors and say, hey, can you slow it down?
It's
a little
delivery
bit?
trucks.
Well, they're one of them, the UPS trucks for sure.
It's
and
delivery
the
trucks.
Amazon
Actually, it was also one of the Township trucks that my husband saw this morning. flying by. I just wanted to say something or have some action because I couldn't sleep with myself and relax thinking that somebody's going to get hurt. We already had 2 deaths. We had a severe accident, all related to traffic recklessness. And I understand speed bumps, but my son lives in a development. They have speed bumps. They have speed bumps. And I don't ruin my car over it because I'm a responsible driver. I'd rather bump on a speed bump than on a person. It's just very, very near and dear to my heart. I've been on that street for 35 years.
So as mentioned, I don't want to say that there was inaction. Officer Giraldi has been in contact with you several times now.
Just one time.
And he also spoke with you live, yes?
One time he spoke with me.
And you got an email from him?
Yes, I got an email, and I
Correct.
responded with my summary of that
Correct.
of that
So
conversation.
That's multiple contacts. And then we did put the speed trap.
With all due respect, I did not mean to say that there was no action.
Words matter, so I'm just clarifying. So we have been in contact.
Did I say there was no action?
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's
Yes.
okay.
So, and we do have the speed capture machine out there now as well. So again, it does work both directions. We are putting the study together. That's not an immediate thing. It's also very cost intensive to do these studies. Traffic studies are not free just
absolutely.
because we own
Yes.
the equipment. So we will continue with this traffic study. We will definitely get back to you. I'm sure the PD has every intention of continuing to follow up with you again.
I have no doubt. I wanted to come today to just clarify what may not have been understood, and I'm glad I showed up.
I
and
think it's pretty clearly understood. We have the professionals working on it, the police. So we're working on it.
So
Mayor,
with-
if you don't mind, just for 1 second, the chief and I meet on a weekly basis, and we did talk about this morning as well. But just 2 things on top of the speed bumps, because it's been, I lived in that area for 20 years in Woodfield. So the speed bumps, not only what Committeeman Lapani also said, but our emergency vehicles, police, fire, rescue, trying to get somewhere quick, it just slows them down. And I can tell you that as soon as somebody breaks their axle, even if it's not the fault of the speed bump,
Right.
anything, the tort claims and the lawsuits come to the town.
Sure.
It happens all the time. So there's a lot of reasons why we never use speed bumps. But in speaking to the chief today, they're continuing to look at other things. We're looking through engineering, but there's also things that the police do behind the scenes that we're not going to talk about here.
Sure,
That
understood.
the chief is already working on.
So back to what you said about the speed bumps causing issues. I don't understand how other towns are doing it. My son lives in Doylestown. They have them. People drive with much more care about their axles when they see a speed bump. If they don't see the sign for speed bump, they're reckless. There's no excuse.
I can tell you that a lot of private associations come in and then they end up removing them. I can tell you from doing this for a long time, through emergency management in the township, it's not a good thing in a neighborhood. It's not.
There's other means of traffic calming. But so do you have any other points to bring up?
No, not at this time. Christina, anything? No. No, we're just concerned about the kids. We live right near the park.
Completely understand.
You know, people want to cross over.
I have 3 kids. I completely
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do have one additional thing aside to this, just a comment, observation, maybe recommendation. On Marshall Road and Amwell, we have the lights set up with a button. My husband and I were crossing with our dog. We used the light, pressed the button. We advanced across the street. Some cars stopped.
Yeah.
4 lanes.
Right.
The inside lane going that way stopped. Cars on the outside lane did not pay any attention.
Yeah.
If I was a child and thought that button was a magic button that stops traffic, I would have been killed.
Mayor, I think this is...
That road is being, the county is putting the road on a road diet.
So just for clarification, I think it's good to maybe reach out to the county and just give them this example, but just so you know, that's a county road. So we will then report that into them.
Yeah, and they are realigning that road, putting it on a diet, so there'll be 1 lane in each direction. and allow safe zones in the middle for pedestrians. So
Fabulous.
the county will be, that's in the pipeline.
That's fabulous. Thank you. Thanks for your
It's a
time.
dangerous
Appreciate
area.
it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Seeing none, may I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes, good night, everybody.
Committeewoman Hand.
Yes.
Committeeman Lafani.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Payne.
Yes.
Mayor Chicarelli.
Yes, good night. Happy spring. 9:15.